back and better than ever. Here we are, Keith Mangan, the Big Bedford Buck, and your man here, Matt Trahan from Old Colony. Always good to be back with you, Keith. I love it. I love it. How you doing?
Absolutely. And I got to tell you, I love that intro. But when I was watching it today, I think I got a thought for a different song. I don't know if there's a licensing issue that we need to go with.
There's always a licensing issue.
But I'll share that with you offline. And then next week when we're back on here, getting ready, we'll break that out then, because that's definitely going to be a tease. And I think we got to add a couple photos in there as well. We got to remove a couple faces and then add a couple faces as well.
Add some faces, maybe superimpose some heads on some. Whatever you want to do is fine by me. I have more photos than I know what to do with at this point.
Maybe we can go with some of those other pictures. Maybe we could throw the old Mike Roy one in there from back in the day.
You know what I'm really into? I'm getting good at is now I'm getting good with like photoshopping the wrinkles off my face. So like if you see a photo and it looks like I'm 17, it's because I've doctored it up.
Okay, all right.
So I'm working on it. Working a little, switching the hairline a little bit too. That's all good.
I don't know how to take that. That you're that worried about showing your wrinkles, or
hey, I'm going to be 46 next week, my friend. So just throwing that out there.
I don't even remember 46. It was so long ago.
Oh, come on. You can't remember 46 because we'll talk about that off stage too.
Yeah, you're right.
Before we do that, I haven't had lunch, and I was thinking about what we talked about the last time about some beef jerky, and we'll get into that in a minute. But for those of you who are going to be down at the conference, I know that you're all going to be there, but for those of you who have fundraising needs, you look no further. We got the guy, we got the company. We got the best guy, Matt Ross and Gold Athletics, the only way to fundraise. They have everything you need. You've heard this before. You'll hear it again. They are phenomenal, and they are a great partner of the MSSADA. We can't thank them enough for what they do. The one thing that I will thank in advance is my beef jerky, because I wasn't at the National. I heard it was very good. I'm coming for a bag of beef jerky, Matt.
I think you're phrasing that incorrectly. I think what you wanted to use the term was our beef jerky.
It's funny you say that, Keith, because I know you were at the National and you didn't come back with a bag, so I figured I was getting some that you had already gotten.
Listen, I will tell you that when I was on the plane ride home, I was devouring that, and I put it down on the seat next to me. I was actually a couple rows behind Matt Ross on the plane. He was a little bit further up towards the front than I was.
All right.
But I will say that something happened to that bag in the meantime. It did say save for Matt on it, and I'm not really sure what happened.
Oh wow, wow! That's kind of like the bag of Cadbury eggs that my wife was saving for me, but I never saw them. Yeah, it's right. I don't know what it is, but everybody's looking out for me, looking out for that waistline. Anywho, listen, super excited again. Some of us are winding down the winter season. I know you've got a game. Unfortunately, I no longer have any games. Yeah. But what I will say is it's been a fun ride. The winter's been awesome. It was great, being in the Sweet 16, and the one seed was the one seed. So that is what it is. But we're a stone throw away from rock and rolling in the spring season here. It is coming, and it's coming fast. I don't know about you, but my numbers are good.
We got signups. We got things rocking and rolling here. It's great to see. My boys ice hockey team, my girls were unfortunately eliminated Sunday night to a great HPNA team. We lost 2-0. They won again last night to go to the Final Four. So my boys team plays Essex Tech today at 5:00. So that's a big one.
Yeah.
And then my cheerleaders are still in. They're competing on Sunday at Worcester State in the state the state championship for the state championship. So that'll be pretty cool. But it's such a tough time too, right? It's like you want the kids to keep going, but as an AD, it's kind of like, having a couple minutes to have a few a break.
Close your eyes for a minute.
Yep. Take it. Maybe head home after work. Take a couple little snooze before the kids get home. Whatever the case may be. But it's but we're, as you said, a stone's throw away for the spring season. It's here.
Yep. It sure is. I mean, I look at, some of the teams out there, God bless them. They've done a fantastic job, but like you said, and yourself included, you got 3 teams going. And we're literally a week and a half, 2 weeks away. Right?
Yeah.
It's that quick. The turnaround's fast.
Yeah.
But it's an exciting time. Talking about an exciting time, Keith. Again, my juices are flowing. I didn't get to go to the national, so I missed out on all the camaraderie, all the conversation, all the good stuff. So I got to make up for lost time. I'm super excited. We're going down there. We got Section 1, and we got our annual conference, the Big 5-0. Everybody seems jacked up and ready to have a good time down there and rub elbows with people you haven't seen all year and get to see some really great stuff. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we've mentioned in the past. However, let's also mention some of the little tips and tricks and treats that we may have for some of the Mass ADs.
So listen, so like we'll head down there on Sunday. We get the Section 1 meeting. So for those new folks don't know Section 1, that it's all of New England and New York and New Jersey, and some great folks there who've been around for a while. And this is an annual meeting that just rotates dates every year and talk about some of the business at the section meeting. We have we'll be putting up a member of our group to go into a pool to be selected by the section for to represent us potentially for an at-large position that'll be voted on next year in Tampa at the national conference. Are we clear to drop that name?
It was announced by our executive director Ann at our last meeting, so I think you can say it.
So dropping it live here on our podcast, that Andy Crisafulli from Dartmouth High School will be our state representative. Absolutely, Andy's a great guy and does not only a lot of work locally, but at the state level and also national level.
Absolutely,
serving on a committee as well as in national faculty. So I think Andy will be a great representative for our state. And then we'll go through. We'll see how the vote goes, and hopefully he'll move on to the next stage and represent us, in the big group.
Not for nothing, but if he needs a couple of campaign managers, look no further. I mean,
listen, I said between that group that we know that made things happen and helped sway the shift of power a couple of years ago at the national conference, and for our good friend Carlos. We're helping out there and working things for him, and it's a great opportunity. It really is.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's nice to have, and I think some of the new ADs will slowly learn this, but it's all about your network. It's all about your network, and you know what? When you have people that through this association, through the good work that we try to do through the MIA, you get to meet people, you get to know people, and you get to really kind of like gravitate to different people, kind of like you gravitate to me. You know what I mean? And I gravitate to you too.
Okay, all right. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah.
No, it's so then we'll get right into it. Monday night was for the first LTC classes, and we'll be getting everything. People showing up on Tuesday, and we're getting right in. We got the schedule is up, ready to go. As you said, the big 50th. We have quite a few. Former presidents that'll be attending the luncheon on Wednesday, as well as some people who were retired and some who are current ADs. We're going to acknowledge all those folks at that presentation. We have our guest speaker, Mark Lineweaver, who will be coming in and doing a presentation as well. Mark's been around at our conference, and we've also ran into him at the national conference as well. But like going through this schedule, there's a lot of different things. I did hear something, and I want to throw this out there that, we talk about how important the vendor hall is and to get people out to the vendor hall and to go out and to do, what pays for so much of our conferences, the support of the vendors that we have, which is Wednesday night into Thursday. There's also a new vendor that's coming, a golf cart company, I believe I heard Mike Denise say.
Yeah, I saw that.
Going to have some golf carts there in the parking lot for people to check out. I don't know if we're going to set up a little course or something like that, or maybe we can add that into a contest as well.
I'm listen to me. If you put down cones, I'm running them over, but I will win the race. Okay, I'm all about, we're all about competition. ADs inherently, it's all about competition. So if there's going to be multiple cots, let's throw down. Let's make it happen.
Listen, I think we just pick up one more. We go pick up one more gift as a prize. In addition to like stuff people done in the past, we have the cornhole contest that's happened before. We do our 50-50 raffle, which we'll give out. It's usually 5 or 6 winners. We have tons of gift cards that we'll give out on Tuesday night at the opening social. I don't know. Is it too early still yet? I kind of want to drop this. That other thing that we're gonna have in the lobby there. I don't know if it's too soon.
Let's go for it. I mean, element of surprise or something, but
So normally, what everyone is used to see when they come into the lobby, we have printed out versions of the schedule, or there's a TV on the wall that is there as well that belongs to the hotel. But we're gonna go pick up a nice 55-incher, and we're gonna put that up and set the stuff up for the conference. And at the end of the conference, we're gonna raffle that puppy off. And so one of our members will be going home with a new 55-inch TV, slightly used for a couple of days, but 55-inch TV for the right price.
That's a great idea. And I don't know, where that came from, but I do think it's a fantastic idea. I think that we can get the word out. It's easy. You see something on that TV you take a quick snapshot. You're looking at the schedule. Boom, it's all there. I think you get the feel that we're really trying to, ramp things up. And, again, that hotel is wide open to us, right? So they've been fantastic, and we got the run of the place. So, it's exciting.
And they've done their work every year, and they're great people to us, especially the new owners. And we're looking forward to getting down there without question.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, one of the things that, and I'm not here to, to pump anybody's tires. I think we have a great committee, a great group. But let's talk a little bit about the job, the outstanding job that Jim Quattromoni, our president, has done over the course of this year. I know he's in the thick and thin right now. He can multitask like no other. So he's running his tournament, and he's certainly done one heck of a job running our association. He is by far, him and a few others, they carry that torch of, the most interesting man in the world. So he's
absolutely.
I don't even know if he likes Dos Equis. I don't know for a fact if he does or doesn't, but
he might. Unless they have an IPA version of it, that would probably be that. But I will say that he is. He quite possibly might be the most interesting man. His girls' hockey team had a big win last night.
Saw that.
So that's all good. All good stuff.
Great communicator, Keith. Through the basketball tournament, he periodically will send out emails, and I know we all do that. But I mean, there's no stone left unturned as a tournament director. He covers all of his bases, and this is not a plug for Jim. He just does it the right way. And as an AD, and I know you're the same way, you can appreciate that because you're in the know. There's no surprises. You know what's coming. And when it's coming and how it's happening. So, big shout out to you, Jim, and certainly everything that you've done for the association this year. I know that it's odd, right? You turn the gavel over to somebody, in March, and then come April, it's somebody else's. So we've got some great folks coming in.
How quickly it goes, right? We're fine. You get all that prep work leading up as the third vice president, second, first, run the conference, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, just like that, it comes to a screeching halt. But
big time.
We have our incoming president, so Jim will turn the gavel over to Kelly, and Kelly will take over and do a great job, and
absolutely,
and then Jen and Brad after that. So we'll be interesting to see who's interested in getting involved, and we'll do our officer nominations at the business meeting on Thursday when we do our district gifts and things like that, and the super drawing, which is that trip to national to Tampa next year. And then we'll see who our new incoming third vice president will be. That'll be exciting to see who's interested in getting involved.
I think that our group just every year just gets, better and better. It's everybody's kind of, into it for the same reason. It's all about, providing a great atmosphere and a great conference and, everything else that goes along with it. So, I think that Masada is really kind of, changed the game in high school athletics, and it's been a blessing to be involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, one of the other things too, Keith, that, you threw it out there and we talked about raffling off the TV and all of that other stuff, but I want to circle back to the golf carts. I think, and I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but it's not all about money for me. I mean, if there would happen to be a box of beef jerky, a 12 pack, and that was included, I think, something like that might be interesting. I mean, maybe, or a gift card or something along those lines.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm thinking now that since we kind of came up with this plan, and I'm not sure how the vendor will be all for it or not, but I think I'll give a call to Mike Denise while I'm heading out of here, and we'll try and maybe we'll come up with something. There's got to be some sort of bragging rights that,
of course,
we can have a shirt made in no time and print that out as
absolutely
top dog on the golf course, whatever.
Put their picture on the TV for the, when you're winning on a Wednesday, you're on TV on a Thursday, or maybe we could bring the winner on the podcast.
Sounds even better.
I'm just throwing stuff off the top of my head here, Keith.
It's just,
what I mean? It's like, it's, usually it's like a sieve, but today it's just, it's great. It's great. That being said, though, I will say this, there's so much going on between that Monday with section 1 and everything else.
Yep.
But there's so many people that are getting down there early to make sure things are running smooth. So we want to give some big shout outs to, people on the board. I mean, again, I don't think we say it enough, but, Tanya does one heck of a job keeping everybody organized. She's like, she's an absolute rock star when it comes to, all of our stuff and incorporating, our minutes, our agendas, never mind all of that, but keeping us all on task. There's no stone left unturned.
I will tell you that I'm literally getting an email right now from Tanya and from Terry. Terry's going through and just updating the years of service certificates from the NIAAA, going through, hey, we have someone marked as pending. We got to make sure they're all set. Boom, that's all set now. And it's just like people working together to make sure we put out the best product possible. And Tanya, can't have enough good things to say about the hard work and what she brings to the table.
She's amazing. She's amazing. Her and so many others. I mean, I know Mike's working hard. Mike Denise, I mean, we can report to you that that conference vendor hall is bulging at the seams. We literally, you're going to see more vendors there than you've ever seen before. It's blown up. Absolutely blown up.
Based on what he shared the other day. So this will be the first time that, since I recall, that we'll actually have our booth where we check people in, check the vendors in. It's actually going to have to be outside the vendor hall now.
It's fantastic. Rather
than inside on the left like it normally is, because there's just not enough room.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's great. It's great. It's exciting. And then, a big shout out to Kara Ellis, who, is our LTI coordinator. I think we've got a nice offering of professional development, not to mention all of the presenters and moderators for all of our concurrent sessions. I'm looking forward to working with Jen Gross. I'm going to be involved with the Sports U piece as on a panel, something that I use each and every day. I think that, all of us are probably using it in one way, shape, or form. But, the bigger thing is big shout outs. We've got, you've got some people that have really gotten behind us, i.e. Gold Athletics. Gold Athletics has been unbelievable to us. We've had a few others that have stepped up over time. Our school today, we're going to be talking to some of our friends over at StreamYard. I've got to call in the StreamYard because we utilize them for this podcast. And this is a great thing because we get to pump out information, but it's fantastic that we can talk about those that work hard within the association and then bring some people on. I thought it was great that we had Rich Barton on not too long ago.
Absolutely.
Love to have some other folks on the national level come in because it's done differently everywhere.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually, we're going to throw out another version of this on Sunday night from our welcome reception.
Yes.
We're having instead of at the Resort and Conference Center or the Irish Village, excuse me. We're having that meeting over at Margaritaville, which used to be the Cape Codder. And so I think we're going to have to roll one of these over there at the welcome reception and get some folks in from around
absolutely
there as well.
I think it's a great idea. I think for us, I think that, it's a great way to communicate. It's a great way to present our association. And the one thing, Keith, too, and I think, I can't speak for other associations. Technically, I feel like, I won't say cutting edge, but I feel like we're trending. I mean, Tom Holgate's doing a great job with all of the younger ADs, bringing them along and teaching them all of the things that they need to know. And, you talk to Jim Quattromoni, we're talking about standards as an AD. Our website, up to date, current, this podcast, you got Andy with the newsletter. There's so many people, like you keep saying, doing great things for this association. I think that everybody's in it for the same reason. And, really, I think it's grown. immensely over the last 3-4 years.
No, absolutely. And and it's great that it's folks that are out getting stuff done, giving of themselves, in addition to not only their regular job, but also like their home life too, right? A lot of us have young kids or kids away at school or, maybe kids who've moved out already or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But it's people wanting to put on an event that is worthy of a great group of people, which are the ADs in our state, without question.
100%. And speaking of that, kids, congratulations on another one being in the National Honor Society. I know you got an induction coming up, and I'm thrilled that they paid attention to their mother, because I know a couple of years ago it was your son. This year it's your daughter. Sounds like some smart cookies over there.
Listen, I think, and I've said this before, and it's safe to say that they do not get their brains from me. Luckily for them, they get their smarts from their mom, which is I agree wholeheartedly. That's not me saying like I'm upset by it or anything like that.
Brownie points. I hope Mrs. Mangan, I hope you're listening. He just gave you a huge compliment.
Yeah. No, Mrs. Mangan is out running her own conference today for her job. So
there you go.
I'm going to head out of school here a couple minutes early to go home and meet my daughter after school for a little bit. And then I'll head over to the Chelmsford Forum for a 5:00 tilt versus Essex Tech, as I said. And then I'm actually going to head down to Stoneham after that to watch a little bit more hockey tonight. So
I love it, Keith. But what I will say to you is that, I'm rooting for you. I hope that you guys win, but I also have to say, as being a vocational guy, I got to pay much respect to the Essex Tech team. Vocational school, out there getting it done. We take pride in all of that too.
Absolutely. And and as I say, this is a tough time now. Like, people get this far, and it's, I was flipping through on Twitter last night watching the Arlington High School St. John's Prep game. That Arlington was 1-0 right up until 17 seconds left in the game, where St. John's Prep tied it up and went to one overtime, then went to a second overtime, and Arlington ended up winning. But it's like, how exciting, and this is the part about our job, right, that people forget about, that most of us, most of our teams will finish their season or finish their high school career with a loss. More often than not, they're finishing with a loss, and which stinks. But being able to go to, if you win it all, awesome. But be able to make an honest run in the tournament.
Oh yeah.
To leave it all out on the court or the field or whatever the case may be, on the ice, in the pool. That's all those wonderful things that what make what we do so special, right?
I mean, I'm with you, and I throw this to you. I mean, I know you're a big hockey guy. I know you come from a hockey family, and that's, but overall, you're a big sports guy in general, as we all are. Tell me this. We are in a co-op with Apponequet High School, and we have some really good hockey players here at the school. One in particular, Mark Donati. We were the 24 seed. We played the 5 seed and lost in triple overtime.
Wow.
And
I saw that.
He's the goalie. He had 63 saves. 63 saves. I mean, I said to that kid, I said, I've been watching sports my entire life. I said, 63 is a big number. I said, that's a big number. Congratulations.
Standing on his head, as we call it.
100%.
Right?
100%.
That's impressive. And what's crazy is 63 saves and then not coming out on top after 63 saves is,
right. 5-4, Keith. 5-4. Triple overtime. I mean, talk about a thriller.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, so after that, then tomorrow I'm taking a little drive. I'm heading out down to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, leaving at 7 a.m. to go pick up my son from for spring break.
Wow.
So we're gonna drive down. My father-in-law's to come in for a ride with me. We're gonna drive down. He's gonna work, and then he's doing a tour of the campus. So I think he doesn't know this yet, but we're gonna jump in the back of the tour and maybe heckle him a little bit, and then we'll jump right back in the car and head back home.
Oh yeah. I love it. I love it. Listen, super excited to be seeing you in a couple of weeks. This is great. Folks, tune in. We're going to be, as part of the agenda, but there's going to be pop-ups. I mean, he talked about the opening session on Sunday, but there's going to be pop-ups. We may be down in the vendor hall. We're going to be all over the place. Okay. And
maybe if you didn't see this last year, and I think, is that the district 7th Street.
426, my friend. 426.
426. If you're out and about late night, walking around the hotel, rumor has it we might have another appearance from Brockton Athletic Director Kevin Cairo.
Also one of the most interesting men in the world. He is by far very interesting.
Yes, which is he was wailing a little bit last year, and we had some. I heard there one of the nights I saw one night, second night I didn't, but there were some. It's the best way to put it. He had some backup singers. I heard.
Yeah, some strong backup singers too from different sides of the state. I love how we bring people together, right? Yeah. It's you got one over here and the other one's coming from Fall River, and they're just bringing it. Yeah. Bringing it. It's fantastic. Keith, we're going to get together real soon, but before we leave, one more big shout out to our guy Matt Ross and Gold Athletics. Love seeing them down there. Such a good group of people. Such a big supporter of MSSADA, and really, folks, make sure you see them. Whether it's for free cookies, whether it's for beef jerky, not too much beef jerky if they have it, but if you go down there, I can tell you right now, you're not going to be disappointed. We can't wait to see everybody down there, and certainly, Keith, always good to get together with you.
We'll see you soon, my friend.
All right, brother.